Hey guys, so new Fire Emblem, wow. I've done the reaction to the trailer, but now it's time to go into detail, okay? I'm going to give you all the nitty gritty and get into it properly. Hopefully I can get as much detail for you as possible in this, but if I miss anything, please put it in the comments. Let's have a discussion. I want to talk about it. Join the Discord, let's talk there, because I'm hyped. Now, let's go. First of all, looking at this landscape, we can see it's kind of an ancient Roman-based style, and it's early Fodlan, as we just see later in the trailer. It is a kind of an ancient Fodlan. It might be in the future and something happened to cause this, but one would think it's in the past. Now, I don't know how related to Nabatea it is, if this is related to Nabatea. If it is, don't know. Somewhat matching with the architecture they use, but we'll find out. Okay, but yes, we've got Roman kind of aqueducts and bridges kind of things, and Roman buildings, pantheons, very cool looking stuff. Colosseum, kind of got a big what might be a monastery up on this mountain, kind of lake there, very cool. Let's get on with it. So we see the big Colosseum, and we kind of see this symbol a few times, which might be related to the nation or religion. People watching. We see a kind of noble pair here, whether they're related or whether they're wed or something like that. Don't know. Princess and prince, or just nobles. Don't know. King and queen. Probably not. They look a bit young for that. Don't know. But they look very cool. And he's got very Roman-looking armor. I love her hair. Both of them fantastic designs. Like them both. Looking forward to the role they play in the story. Now this guy, a lot to say about him. One, pointy ears. Dragon blood, probably. Knowing Fire Emblem. Maybe he turns into a dragon. We don't know. Could he be a good guy? Could he be a bad guy? Don't know. Looks like he's related to the governing body, the Empire, something. He has very fancy but showy looking armor. It doesn't look super regal, but he's like, you know, well kitted out. And he's going to be announcing the Colosseum here. So clearly he's got a lot of power, but maybe he's probably not an emperor or king or big noble. Advisor, maybe. So that's Kai, our protagonist. And he's clearly scared of something in front of him, a powerful figure, or someone, you know, that's kind of arching over him, scaring him a bit, intimidating. Then we see this lady here, Theodora, I think her name is. She's got kind of a bony headpiece and a very, very cool green eye. And she is going to be of importance, and she's going to be powerful. She's a noble. We've got Dietrich, with his unique relic sword called Answerer. And he's going to be of major importance in the story too. And the final big character here, Leda, who's a kind of Huntress, I think she's called, but we'll see. Begun. So he's announcing these kind of games in the Colosseum that we're going to take part in some way. And one would think this is maybe an advisor or right-hand man to the king, maybe, or emperor. We'll find out. But very cool looking dude. Interesting character. So everyone's hyped for the games, got some nice music. Then we've got our protagonist Kai. We'll see if there's a female version too. I imagine there will be, and if there's customization, probably not. We'll find out. Alongside this girl with glasses, very cool little cowboy sandals. And twin tails. So she's going to be a friend to us early on, you would think, a kind of sweet character, and she'll be taking part in combat with us as well as kind of being helpful in the story and our little friend. And I imagine their importance will, you know, wane as the story goes on, but early on they'll kind of be a big part for us, I imagine. So they're sweet. They're kind of, oh yeah, they're like looking over what is loads of people attending the game, so they're excited about it.
So I can save my father's life.
Yeah, so we can walk through the market here. So we'll be buying goods here, you know, swords, shields, weapons of any kind, consumables, Forging will be done here, you would think. All of that kind of stuff. Maybe there's more going on. It will kind of be like the monastery. There's another area up here, so this will just be an explorable area of this kind of open base bit. And what we can see here is a red and blue building on the left and right. Probably something to do with training. Something like that. But there'll be some kind of special buildings with those bright colours.
Save my father's life.
He says he wants to save his father's life. I'm sorry to say, mate, you're in a Fire Emblem game. Your father is going to die. Rest in peace. We'll see. But it's unlikely he survives, knowing Fire Emblem. Here we go. First off, before we do anything, let's have a look at the characters. We've got a girl here who is using a tome. She's got a kind of darky, greeny, yellowy hair. She looks quite sweet and unassuming, quite calm demeanour. She's got a dress on and a tome, so she's probably like a priest or mage of some kind. Then to the right of her, we have a kind of almost Tharja type looking girl with her hair and eyes, but kind of more Egyptian looking styling on her hair. And she is, as well as the girl to her right, are like martial arts users. In addition to that, the girl on the right actually has a tome in her hand. So one would assume it might be like the priest class in Engage, where you have martial arts and tomes, which is cool. I like that class. Then to the right of them, we have this kind of mercenary with a scimitar, so a kind of curved, flatter sword, not as sharp and pointy, which is really cool and unique. He's got a little V tattoo there, so he'll be interesting. Then we have our friend there, who is a mage. We've got a kind of dark mage looking guy, looks a bit like Hubert, and a young bow user with red hair. So that's kind of like Gordon, is what making me think of. And then our boy Dietrich with his sword. We can also see, if I move my camera for a second, this map over here. So we're starting in the bottom right. There's a lot of enemies to go through. We're going from bottom right to top left. This is probably like turn 2 we're on now. And there are 2 little stars here. Maybe they're chests, maybe they're something else, something you can interact with. Don't know. Now, before we get into the combat, let's look at our boy, Kai. He's a flying Orneus rider. He's level 13. We've got a little Orneus symbol here. Using a bronze spear. And there's this here, which is important. Alright. This is going to come up later. And I'll explain it later. But this is going to be of importance to the game and combat in this game. A unique feature. So, yeah, we go up, we attack. And there it is, what I was talking about. It's Blaze Arts. So Blaze Arts will play a big role in this game's combat. And that's what this is to do with. But we'll go into it later when we see it. And we've got the standard attack, combat arts, dismount, item, storage, weight. So this is all standard stuff we've seen in previous games. At least combat arts in recent Three Houses and such. And yeah, we'll see the combat now. He can also use a wooden sword, and we can see that these bronze spear is actually effective against cavalry. One would think by that symbol. So that's interesting. Don't need a specific weapon for it, just spears. And it makes sense. So here we can see we can actually, as normal, we can choose a combat art and weapon here in this combat selection screen, and the Thundercloud Knight will not be fighting back with his bow, so we cannot engage back in combat. It's 2 range plus only, or just can't counter. And yeah, Kai's going to destroy him. Ports of note: Crest of Oban, like Yuri. So that's a very interesting thing. Crests are here. What they do is yet to be seen, but he is a ancestor of Yuri, one would think. That's kind of cool. See what significance that plays. Maybe we'll see all of those the Ashen Hounds, Ashen Wolves, Ashen Hounds, Ashen Wolves, their crests appearing. Take this! We've got quick quotes, no cut-ins though, which is sad, and we've got a funny animation of this guy rolling over. So now we've got Theodora appearing again, and let's listen to what she has to say.
What I seek is a great strength, an unyielding strength for any foe, sheer strength to uphold the faith I hold dear.
So she is obsessed with strength and her faith. Now, before we actually... okay, no, we'll see in a second as she... So, before we'll go on to another bit in a second. Theodora, she's a noble. So, obviously, she's nobility. She might have some dragon in her. She doesn't have pointy ears, though, but she does have, you know, dragon bone headpiece. Very regal looking, very cool looking. I love it. Now, Mahadou's spear is the weapon she was wielding. So that would imply that it's a unique weapon. But maybe it's kind of like the silver weapons in Three Houses, where they had specific names, but they weren't unique to certain characters using them. So anyone can use Mahadou's spear, but it's just got a, you know, it's named after someone. And Disturbing Strike here is the Gambit. So Gambits are back, like Three Houses, and as attack hits, it inflicts immobilize on foes. They won't be able to move for the next turn, one would think. And it's got 109 hit chance, 19 physical, and 2 uses. For which you see the Gambit, we can see that there are additional characters. Oh, sorry, there's one in the bottom there. Roll it back and see him. There's not too much to see. It's just a normal-looking guy. I think he was an axe user. Should we just... Okay, let's talk about these guys first. We've got Pirate Man with an eye patch. One would think he's a pirate. He's got a kind of bandana on too. We've got this... I think I'm going to say lady, maybe a guy, on the back of some kind of griffin-looking type thing, which is pretty cool. Not 100% sure. Maybe promotion for Kai's class. And then the guy we saw early on the left. So this guy here is a... Oh, he's got a shield, but we can't say anything else. So we'll see the Gambit being used. It hits in an area of 5. No crit chance. And it just hits this Thief Rogue boss. And we'll see, yeah, the animation with the people running behind. There we go, as we've seen in Gambits. Now comes back Dietrich, our boy. There's a scared pirate guy with his treasure. Don't know what's happening here. Maybe they're about to go into combat. Maybe he's threatening him. Don't know. Done the side eye there. A lot to look at here again. Most important thing to me, honestly, in this, apart from the blaze arts, is if we look in the bottom left straight away. Rain. Okay? It's telling us there's rain. Maybe the weather is going to affect combat. Lower movement. Lower avoidance. Don't know. Certain movement. You know, horses move slow in rain. Don't know. It might affect it in other ways. We don't know. But that's cool. Maybe there's multiple weathers. Maybe there's snow. Maybe there's thunderstorms. Maybe there's extra sunny weather, which is going to, I don't know, do something. It's cool. Hopefully, I wouldn't think they'd show it unless there was relevance. Maybe there's no relevance. Maybe it's just telling you it's rainy visually. Who knows? Dietrich is a Myrmidon who's level 37, though. What's up with that? Are there promotions in this game? Is Myrmidon not a lower level thing? Maybe that's a promotion. Don't know. It doesn't look like it is, the Myrmidon. Maybe they just didn't promote him. And you can go to 37 without promoting. We don't know. But being a level 37 Myrmidon is interesting. Don't know what's up with that. But maybe the level system works differently. Maybe you go high. Maybe you go to 80. Maybe you promote at 40. We don't know. It's too early to say, but something to think about. He's got his unique weapon Answerer. And here, let's get on to the Blaze Arts. Moving Shadow, Stifling Shadow, and Umber Calamity. We can assume Moving Shadow and Stifling Shadow are movement abilities, because Moving Shadow, warp up to 3 spaces, then unit can attack. He can use it right now when no enemies are near him. And Stifling Shadow, we don't know what it does, but no enemies are nearby and it can be used. Unlike Umber Calamity, which can't be used. So you would think that's an attack rather than movement. And it's got an HP cost. So 22. 9 and 7. That's interesting. It's also got a blaze +1, so it ups your blaze meter. Blaze gauge. Don't know how it works. We'll have to find out. Characters on the screen. We'll talk about them when he warps up. There's the warp. Cool. Boom. And we can see here we have angry looking older Axeman, Berserker. And we have a very nicely coloured lady here with bright blue hair. I like her colouring a lot. Kind of reminds me of Nephany with her bright blue and spear. Then we've got this Dark Mage again and the Merc again that we've seen earlier. Then after warping, we can use an attack. He's got Answerer, Iron Sword, Levin Sword, and Flitter. Flitter is against armoured knights, it would seem. So kind of like a rapier. And Answerer is his unique weapon. It's got 40 durability. It's a magic sword counted among the hero's relics. Allows use of the bloodletting combat art. So one would imagine that's HP related. Maybe you can drain HP from the enemies with the attack. One would assume. It's kind of vampire, isn't it? Kind of suits his appearance. Alucard looking guy. So yeah, we'll see him get a crit with Answerer here. Bam. That guy's got 0 attacks. It's on a very easy difficulty. And he slapped him. Boom. Now, here's a character where it looks like she'll be of big importance, but I don't know if she'll be a combat unit. Probably someone will have to save or look after, don't know. Reminds me a bit of Alincia, maybe. She's in danger, she's asking for help. And she's got a kind of noble-looking clothing to a lot of golden colours, fancy earrings, bracelet. Kind of the red and gold look is always quite noble. So she's maybe a princess who's in trouble, getting attacked. There's some calamity going on behind her. I'm sure she'll be big in the story.
There's a man I hate so much that simply killing him will not satisfy.
So this is Leader walking up, and it's her talking. She's going to put on some kind of performance, it would seem here. It's people watching her. She has a kind of guitar-like instrument, string instrument. She's a hunter, though, so she must be able to use a bow. You can even see it in the art. And her gauge is fully red instead of purple and red, which you've seen before, which is weird and interesting. All the enemies also purple looking here, so maybe they're corrupted. And we've got a weird blue border over here. So there's some holy aura, holy fire, holy water. Don't know. We'll have to find out. We can also see 3 characters here. In the top right, we can see... Oh, hello. Blue Mage Girl. And then Twin Tails, yellow-haired Mage Girl, who we haven't seen before, I don't think. We've got our Kai and our little friend here, companion. And what's weird, someone pointed out to me in the comments, Kai is actually a green unit here. So he must come in as reinforcements or something, don't know. It's a bit strange, we wouldn't be playing as our main character. So that's very interesting, isn't it? Unless it goes green when your turn ends. But it looks like he's a green unit, and we've got our blue playable units here, and that's an ally. So that's strange, isn't it? Oops. Right. So we're going to use, and this is a new guy as well, axe user. We're going to use a, oh, hello. We're going to use a blaze art here. Song of Beasts, Song of Madness, Song of Passion, Song of Ice Water, Song of Abjuring. Song of Beasts, we summon a demonic beast. Pretty cool. A usable beast, I imagine. Song of Madness. I assume that will inflict enemies with madness. Maybe that's why they're purple. Maybe they're corrupted. Don't know. Song of Passion. That might be a debuff. Maybe it makes people do less damage to you, or maybe it buffs allies. Song of Ice Water. That's going to create terrain, and I think we spot that at some point later. Some terrain on the ground, or earlier. I'm not sure. I don't know if I missed that. And Song of Abjuring, which I don't know what that's going to do.
For that reason,
so here's Leda using this, and she hates a guy who she wants to kill, and she will not stop until she gets him. Yeah, she summons a demonic beast fuse, pretty cool. Twin Tail Girl again. So he's not going to let anyone hurt her. He's trying to defend his friend, and he's using some kind of purple, probably maybe special to him power. We don't know what this is. We'll find out later. If anyone knows what that symbol is, let me know. Maybe it's in 3 houses and I can't remember it, but it looks cool. So now we have some kind of gladiator here. Not sure if this is actually a character or just a random NPC. And this dude, who's clearly a playable character, or at least an important character, fighting him. Kind of gladiator looking guy. Then we've got Dietrich kind of threatening this kind of funny looking guy with a piece of cinnamon or a stick coming out of his mouth, who's chewing on that. So he's probably more relaxed, chill, and Dietrich's not taking his shit. We see a thief in the corner here. So maybe he's kind of like doing some thievy stuff, or maybe he's just like a merchant and don't know what's going on. Regardless, I'm sure this will be kind of a funny interaction because it's a very serious and probably a more laid back character with his styling. But yeah, we'll find out.
And now one blood is served.
Now, here's importance. One, because it's ridiculous, and two, because it's a fight scene.
One blood is served.
Dietrich is with his sword answer fighting a very priestly looking lady with a what can only be described as
One blood is served.
a pistol here. Sorry, let's get a good screenshot of it. Yeah, she's holding a gun. Yeah, what is going on? Agarthan? Maybe it's Agarthan. She's got some weird future Agarthan technology. She's an Agarthan priestess. I don't know. We'll have to find out. We've got some kind of futuristic looking stuff lighting here in the bottom right. Maybe this is an Agarthan temple that they're fighting in. And this is an evil lady. We don't know. Maybe she's actually good, but she's holding a pistol and she's fighting what would be a good guy. So she's probably evil and has an electric pistol and a holster here as well. Not sure what's going on, but we'll find out in the future.
Served.
There we go. Shoots electric or something. Very weird. Then we've got a girl with a mask here. She's probably going to be important. She's hiding her face for some reason. I'm sure she'll reveal it. But I like it. It's kind of Egyptian-y kind of style.
Let you deny
Then we've got Leda fighting that gladiator guy. It's not the same guy from earlier. Not 100% sure. And then we've got what appears to be Theodora from earlier talking to some kind of evil-looking, powerful guy on top of like an Egyptian temple kind of thing. So, because we can see her hair here, and if we go back, see the back of her hair. Look, very matching. Mahadu's spear. Maybe that's his spear. Don't know. But yeah, interesting what's going on there. Maybe she's kind of got some allegiance to someone evil.
you deny me my feelings. I refuse to accept defeat.
Yeah, so maybe she's too obsessed with victory that she contacts someone evil. She's commanding legions. She's powerful. Kai's being held up by someone. Maybe people hate him at the start of the game. He's done something bad. So he's been caught doing something, or he's being, attacked. We've got Dietrich looking cool again. Her dancing. Her sitting, so she's clearly of great importance because she's sitting on a kind of carried seat. I forget what they're called.
So say I, the divine sovereign, that I vow to you.
Oh, is that Dietrich being the divine sovereign? So Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, very exciting. And now the bonus action.
The years were long,
Sothis.
weren't they?
Sothis in her temple in full adult form. I like the design. She looks very cool, very menacing actually. I like it. She looks a lot more menacing. And then it will fit her kind of very proud and kind of authoritative demeanour well. And she's probably going to be even more serious in this one.
Have you forgotten me so soon?
So yeah, very cool seeing Sothis. Very hype.
Forgotten me so soon?
2026. So there we go. Isn't that exciting? What do you guys think? Let me know if there's anything I missed that you saw. I'm really hyped. I'm going to make some more videos. I'll look into stuff. I'll try and find any news I can and I'll bring it all to you. Polls will be coming back at some point too. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day and I'll see you later.